So Donald Trump has a campaign manager, I should say had a campaign manager, and his name is Corey Lewandowski. Now, Corey Lewandowski was most known for his general philosophy on the election, and that philosophy was, let Trump be Trump. Other campaign managers tried to micromanage him a little bit, and his philosophy was like, no, I think that he actually is good when he's kind of, shooting from the hip and just winging it. So our approach is going to be, let Trump be Trump. That's Corey Lewandowski. Now, it ended up working. So in many ways, it looks like he knew what he was doing. But you also can't, underestimate the fact that he has no idea what he's talking about anything. So here he is. I think he's going to run for political office. If he hasn't already launched, I think he will soon. But he was on Fox Business, and he was asked about, the 2020 Democrats, and look at his response.
Elizabeth Warren as a candidate against Donald Trump.
I think if the Democratic Party wants to get beat in the worst electoral loss since Ronald Reagan's reelection, then they should absolutely make Elizabeth Warren their nominee. Look, she is going to win in California, she is going to win in New York, and she's going to win in Massachusetts. But she won't win in the middle of part of America like North Dakota and South Dakota and Michigan, Ohio and Pennsylvania, and those places where people care about their jobs, where they're proud to be Americans again, and they should be unapologetic about that. And that's what Donald Trump has delivered for this country. Being proud to say that you're an American again, to be unapologetic about being American. Don't forget, Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders, they're avowed socialists. They want to redistribute your wealth. Anybody who's made something successful, they want to take it away from you. They want to have illegal aliens come across this border and kill Americans, and they think that that's what America stands for? I don't agree at all.
Wow.
I love the response from the host. Wow. He just said that Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders want illegal aliens to come across the border and kill Americans. Imagine saying such things will land in a general election. Yeah, that's what Bernie Sanders and Elizabeth Warren are campaigning on. Don't you remember that amazing speech delivered by Bernie Sanders at that rally? Where the whole point of it was, and ladies and gentlemen, what we need to do is we need to allow undocumented immigrants to shoot Americans in the face. Now, I know this might not be the most strategically possible thing and positive thing, but we're going to do that because that's what justice is for all of the wrongs that we've inflicted on other nations. He's never said that. He never would say that. You're arguing that they're pro-murder, and it's just like casually, like they just say shit. It doesn't have to connect to anything reasonable. They just say shit. He just vomits it out. And Elizabeth Warren and Bernie Sanders, they want illegal aliens to murder Americans? What? Can you imagine Bernie or Elizabeth Warren signing an executive order of somebody who was convicted of murdering, like an undocumented immigrant who was convicted of murdering an American? On day one, when I get into office, I will make sure to pardon and commute the sentence of this criminal, because we all understand that to allow them to murder Americans is a human right. Corey Lewandowski, you are the dumbest motherfucker on the planet. I hope you watch this video, you piece of shit. You're so insanely stupid, and you know you're full of shit. Of course you know you're full of shit. You know that they don't support... Imagine Elizabeth Warren. I don't know how to do a Warren impression. Well, I think that... Is that good? I know it's like an airy kind of voice. I think that it would make sense. We should allow a quota of at least 35 Mexican nationals to murder American citizens. I have a plan for that. I have a plan for the murder of Americans by Mexican nationals. I mean, that part was so stupid. I don't even know if I want to get into the rest of it. I mean, we can get into the rest of it, but when he says that, if it's Elizabeth Warren versus Trump, it'll be the worst loss in a election since Reagan. I think Reagan won like over 45 states in his re-election. And so he says right there, oh yeah, she'll get New York, she'll get California and she'll get Massachusetts, but she won't get anywhere else. Do you have any idea how insane what he just said is? Like, no, are you kidding me? Of course she would get more than 3 states. Of course. In fact, if it's Elizabeth Warren versus Donald Trump, it would be a pretty, it's a coin flip election. That could go either way depending on what happens from here on out with the economy for one thing, but also in terms of what her strategy is if she were to get through the primary and go to the general election. If she decides to go the populist route and double down on that and not do the I'm going to track to the center now, if she does that, well, then she could be a force to be reckoned with, but he's so smug and dismissive. No, they're getting overconfident now, man. I mean, the idea, she has no chance in Michigan and Ohio. She's not Hillary Clinton. The bright spots on her record are being tough on Wall Street, the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, taxing the wealthy, like this wealth tax plan that she rolled out, trade. These are bright spots for her philosophy, and she can make a case because she actually cares about those things. Now, she's totally missing on foreign policy, but the areas where she shines the most are actually some of the areas that the Rust Belt cares about the most. So Donald Trump's fake populist nonsense isn't going to work when the factories haven't been rebuilt. He didn't deliver on what he was saying. 93,000 jobs have been outsourced under him, and that was only under his first year. I'm sure it's more by now. So you think, Trump will definitely win those. Overconfident for sure. And then, there's the normal stuff of like, we're proud to be American and they're not or something. I mean, these arguments are always so dumb because they don't even hit that bare minimum level of let's just assume that whatever disagreements you have, like you actually want to take the country in a certain direction that you think will make it better, even though I disagree with the direction you want to take it. But we're on the same framework here. I want to make the country better. The things I'm arguing for, like this is how I think we make the country better. And it's the opposite. You want to make the country better by doing X, Y, and Z, which are right-wing things. He doesn't even, he's so lost up his own rectum that he doesn't even understand that this is like leftovers from the 1970s. And actually, fast forward, it was against John Kerry they did this too, where they tried to say, well, technically he's a war hero, but no, we're going to say he's a coward and he's not a war hero. And George W. Bush, who was sniffing cocaine at that time, somehow, he's the one who's strong on the military or whatever. This is that kind of a philosophy. This is that kind of an argument. This is like we're the pro-American people, you're the anti-American people. Why? Why are they anti-American? Why is that anti-American? Why is it anti-American when she just disagrees with you politically? And by the way, her philosophy is a hell of a lot more correct in terms of helping Americans than yours is. So why her plans... a lot of her economic plans help Americans. Yours hurt Americans, but somehow she's anti-American and you're pro-American? No, I think that you both actually are pro-America, but your ideas suck and her ideas are half decent. That's what I think. But no, he doesn't even give them the benefit of the doubt in that, they actually... they're trying to do what they think is right. No, it's that they hate America. They're trying to bring America down because I'm a second grader who has no political acumen or understanding of the world around me. One of the things about the Trump era, and we're going to see this unfolding now moving forward, is that you're going to have a bunch of little Trump clones out there who kind of are in the mold of Donald Trump. And what's Trump most known for? Shooting from the hip, just kind of rambling, going off in the most hyperbolic ways, and that's Corey Lewandowski now. And there's going to be a lot more of these Trump clones moving forward. But, and this is an important but, it's not going to land as well as it does with Trump. He's one of a kind in that respect. You think that Corey Lewandowski's maniac ramblings are going to be as politically potent as Trump's? No, because he's Corey Lewandowski and Trump is Trump. So, he thinks he's nailing it here? No. It's actually super embarrassing. And I love how Fox Business now is just getting progressively more and more insane, where they invite on the craziest people in the country. And the reaction to saying wild things like, they want to allow the legal murder of Americans by immigrants. The reaction from the Fox Business host was, wow. It wasn't hold on, that's the craziest thing I've ever heard. It was, wow. If you take this stuff seriously, I don't know what to tell you, man.